Reading from the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 24. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple. And his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noe were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noe entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came, and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left. 2 women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, For ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the goodman of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched, and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant, whom his Lord when he cometh shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. And if that evil servant shall say in his heart, My Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. What can we learn from everything we've just read? Matthew chapter 24 is one of the most powerful and prophetic chapters in the entire gospel, known as Jesus' Olivet Discourse, or the Little Apocalypse. It speaks of the signs of the end times, the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem, and the second coming of Christ. Let's break it down into parts so we can fully understand what's being revealed. Jesus had just left the temple when his disciples, probably in awe of its grandeur, pointed out the beauty of the structure. And Jesus said, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Later, on the Mount of Olives, the disciples, still stunned, came to Jesus privately and asked, Tell us, when will this happen, and what will be the sign of your coming and of the end of the age? And then Jesus doesn't just answer them. He gives them a complete roadmap of what's to come, starting with a warning. Watch out that no one deceives you. He then lists signs that are not yet the end, but the beginning of birth pains. False messiahs will appear and deceive many. Wars and rumors of wars. Nation will rise against nation. Famines, plagues, and earthquakes. Persecution of Christians. Wickedness will increase, and love will grow cold. And then, in verse 14, he gives the final sign. This gospel of the kingdom will be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come. Can you see any of these signs happening in the world right now? Remember, Jesus spoke these words more than 2,000 years ago. He didn't say all this to make us afraid. He said it so we'd be awake, prepared. Jesus also spoke of something deeply serious, the Abomination of Desolation. It's a prophecy from the book of Daniel. And what does it mean? It's when something impure, blasphemous, or completely opposed to the will of God is placed in a space that belongs only to Him. A moment when evil invades what is sacred. Now here's something fascinating. Many believed this prophecy had already been fulfilled centuries before, when a Greek king named Antiochus, later called Antiochus IV Epiphanes, did something shocking. He sacrificed a pig, an unclean animal according to Jewish law, right on the altar of God's temple. And then he placed a statue of Zeus inside the sanctuary, as if a pagan god belonged there. It was a full desecration, one the Jewish people never forgot. But Jesus made it clear that was not the fulfillment of the prophecy. It would happen in the future. And then he warned his disciples about the coming destruction of Jerusalem. That moment came 70 years after the birth of Christ. The Roman army, led by General Titus, invaded the city. Jerusalem was set on fire. And the temple, the holiest place in all of Israel, was completely destroyed, exactly as Jesus had said, not one stone left on another. Then Jesus warns again, false messiahs will arise performing signs and wonders to deceive even the elect. And he tells us, if anyone says, look, here is the Christ, or there he is, do not believe it, because his true return will be unmistakable. For as lightning that comes from the east is visible even in the west, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. He also speaks of the sun and moon being darkened, and the sign of the Son of Man appearing in the sky. And then he will send his angels with a loud trumpet call, and they will gather his elect from the four winds. Yes, Jesus spoke of wars, earthquakes, betrayal, deception. He even warned that many would come using his name. But while most people focus on those dramatic events as signs of his return, buried within all of it is something deeper. There's a hidden clue, a message most people miss. He said, as it was in the days of Noah, so it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. Now stop and think. What were people doing in the days of Noah? They weren't at war. They weren't living in chaos. They were distracted, eating, drinking, getting married, living life, completely unaware that judgment was closer than they could ever imagine. That was the true danger. Not war, not destruction, comfort, the most dangerous illusion of all. Jesus was warning us that the end won't come with shouting. It will come quietly, in normalcy, when no one is paying attention. And here's what almost no one sees. Jesus isn't just describing what will happen. He's shifting the focus to us. He calls us to be like the faithful servant, to read the signs, to stay awake, to remain ready. He uses the fig tree as a metaphor. When its branches become tender and its leaves begin to sprout, you know that summer is near. In the same way, these signs show us that he is coming. The moment that gives me chills, it's when Jesus says, and this gospel will be preached to all nations, and then the end will come. And we are witnessing that happen right now, through technology, through the internet. The message of Jesus is reaching every corner of the earth. Can you see the signs being fulfilled in today's world? If that question made you pause, even for a second, tell me in the comments. The good news, we're paying attention, so watch, be alert, live faithfully, because the Son of Man will come at an hour we do not expect. And those who are waiting for him will see a glorious ending. If this message spoke to your heart, join us, because this is only the beginning. Together, we're uncovering layer after layer of what Jesus really said and why it matters more now than ever. And now the most shocking detail, the most powerful clues are hidden in something you've probably read dozens of times but never actually noticed. In the next video, you'll discover something that flips our view of the end times upside down, and it's not where you think. Don't miss it. Click now to uncover the truth. May the Lord bless you, strengthen you, and fill you with peace. See you in the next reading.